Do we finally have a heartbreak song with some depth? Hey music nerds, my name is Chaz Hayden, and I'm an award-winning author who reacts to music from a literary perspective. What this means is we're going to figure out whether your high school English teacher would like this song or not. And we're going to do that by grading it in 3 categories: creativity, structure, and storytelling. Today, we have Undressed by Sombr, but before I press play, you have to hit that like button. Now let's listen. Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
You had a dream, you wanted better. You were sick of all the holes in your sweater. You looked to me.
Okay. The start. You had a dream you wanted better. You were sick of the holes in your sweater. He's saying to her, or to whoever this person is, that it was just a dream. You don't have to follow your dreams. Dreams are just images in your head. It doesn't actually mean anything. But the holes in your sweater line, that's a really fun way of saying that person wanted a fresh start. She felt maybe kind of gross, used up, tattered, and they just wanted to put on a new outfit for once. And this person, Sombr himself, was the old outfit that they wanted to throw away. The old sweater with the holes in it.
And wondered whether I was the lamppost to which you were tethered. I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me. But the glimmer in your eyes is saying you wanna leave. You're saying to me what you're saying to me. But the glimmer in your eyes is telling me other things. I don't wanna get undressed for a new person all over again. I don't wanna kiss someone else's neck and have to pretend it's yours instead.
The chorus is fantastic. We feel like a bystander as these two people are having this breakup conversation at like a cafe or a restaurant or somewhere on the side of the street. And we've all been in that situation where you're looking at that other person and they're telling you the things that you want to hear. They're being nice, but you can see it in their eyes. They really don't mean it. And that's what he means by the line, "You're saying to me what you're saying to me." And I'd like that he avoids the cliche of "it's not you, it's me." He's referencing them. That's what he's trying to reference, that old breakup line, "it's not you, it's me." But he's sort of putting layers on top of that by avoiding that cliche of using the line in the lyric of the song, but also this understanding that when someone is breaking up with you, you sort of zone out. And you go into your own world because you can't believe it's really happening to you. Words are coming out of their mouths, and we hear them, but what we're really experiencing is the look in their eyes, which is saying the exact opposite of whatever reason they're breaking up with us. It's not the truth. The words that come out, the truth is how they look into our eyes. And then the idea that he doesn't want to get undressed in front of someone else. In the opening verse, he says the girl he loves felt tethered to him. She felt emotionally stressed or exhausted. He feels emotionally exhausted, but vulnerable. He doesn't want to break up with her, maybe not because he doesn't feel the same way, but he doesn't want to break up because he doesn't want to be vulnerable in front of someone else. When you take off your clothes and you get undressed, that's a vulnerability he doesn't want to have to go through again. He feels comfortable with the girl he's in a relationship now, even if they don't even love or like each other anymore. Just the fact that he has to start all over again is the reason that they should stay together.
I took the train to see my mother. I look across
I like that the story is progressing from the first verse of them breaking up to now we've moved forward in the timeline of the post-breakup journey where he sees the person he loves at a train station with someone else. All of us have definitely felt this way. We're in love with someone, whether we had a relationship with them or not, and we see them with someone else, and that breaks our heart. What I really love about the second verse as it goes into the chorus again is the chorus is still exactly the same, but I think it's framed a little bit differently, and the lyrics are exactly the same too. What I mean by that is the first chorus is referencing the conversation that they would have right after the breakup. She's looking at him, he's looking at her, they're saying things to each other. Now he sees her at a train station and they make eye contact. She's saying whatever she wants. Oh, this is just my friend. Or maybe she doesn't say anything. Maybe the other person standing next to her is just as it's awkward and she doesn't even introduce. She just asks Sombr how he's feeling. What have you been up to? Where you headed? Why are you at the train station? It's the same exact chorus, but it has different perspective than the first chorus. And that's really hard to do in a story.
Have to pretend it's yours instead. And I don't wanna learn another set. I don't want the children of another man to have the eyes of the girl I won't forget.
So now the B verse, we actually understand what Sombr says in response. We haven't known what Sombr's been saying to the girl that broke up with him. We know how he's feeling based on the chorus and the verses, but this third B verse is him saying, I don't want you to have children. I don't want those eyes, the eyes that I fell in love with, the eyes that are glimmering back at me while you're telling me lies. I don't want those eyes that have deceived me to be on anyone else's children. I want them to be on my children. And then he has a line, I won't forget. I won't forget your eyes. But he repeats it with the emphasis, I won't forget you, and I won't forget us. Okay, that was Undressed by Sombr. First off, it's really catchy, but what I love most about it is that it's offering a fresh and almost unexplored perspective on the heartbreak experience. We are along with him on the ride of a post-breakup, and it doesn't even offer that much of a resolution, but that's what I love about it, and let's get into it with the grade. Creativity, I give it an A-. It's still a heartbreak song. I'm at the point where I think every song is about love, and I think a billion people have said every song is about love, every song is about heartbreak, and that's probably true. But what Sombr does differently here is with the imagery and the storytelling. The images that he creates of the scenes of the conversations he's having with the girl that he loves. But most importantly and most impressively, he talks about the vulnerability of a relationship. In a story like a novel or a movie, as a writer, we try to avoid cliches. Oftentimes, within music, we emphasize cliches so that the song is understandable and relatable in a really fast-paced 3-minute quick snippet. But Sombr is able to introduce lines that feel familiar because we understand the emotion of them, and also progress the story and the timing of the post-breakup journey. Structure is like a B+. It's a verse and a chorus. I would almost bump it up maybe to an A-, only because I like the idea where the choruses offer a different perspective after each verse. They're not saying something entirely different, However, we understand they're in a different context of his journey along his heartbreak. What I also like about structure is the instrumentals between the chorus and the next verse. This allows us to breathe in the emotions that Sombr's already expressed and then transition into another section. It's almost like if we're watching a movie and we have a scene happen, and now there's sort of this montage of him doing other things, being alone. That's the instrumental. That's the transition into the next act of the story. So Act 1, the opening verse, they're breaking up. He explains how he feels. Then we're going into Act 2 with the instrumental from the chorus into the verse of him at the train station. And I think that's a really fun and interesting and different way to provide breadth and space in the story. Storytelling, I'm going to give it a solid A. Here's why. Although the song doesn't have a resolution, we already know what happens. If you think about it, this song is a prequel to Sombr's Back to Friends. And what I mean by that is, now, he's actually created an entire universe of characters. Back to Friends came out, hugely popular song on the radio, all over the internet, and we know that he had broken up with someone, and now they're back to being friends. It's not perfect, but he'll take it. It is what it is. And now, with Undressed, we understand when they broke up and what that journey was like during the time of him feeling that pain. And we understand Sombr's emotions during that time. And although this doesn't really have the resolve lyrically that we want, we can then go and listen to Back to Friends and understand that he's in a place where he can talk to that person that he loves. He can talk to that girl again. And maybe their relationship will blossom again. We don't know. But I like this idea that the song is self-aware. I don't know if that was done on purpose, but because it's so self-aware, your high school English teacher would love it. She would love that you referenced an essay assignment from the beginning of the year and that you brought in characters that she had forgotten about, but that she loved and still stayed with her in her heart. But at the end of reading both of them, she would ask you if you need to see the guidance counselor or if there was anything that she could do to make the girl feel jealous. And that made you feel a little bit odd because she's 75 years old and her husband's been dead for 10 years. Anyways, if you're interested in what I write, please check out Diet Soda Club and The First Thing About You. They're available anywhere books are sold. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It means the world to me and it lets me know that you want more. And comment below and let me know what you think of this song and what songs I should react to next. Also, follow me on Instagram at @TheChazHayden. That's where I post pictures of my handsome face. In the meantime, be different, leave a trail. I see you.